How's it going, my truant people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back with semi-finals of COG Champions of Galar tournament. And this week, your Forest Green Snovers are going up against Leo, aka SixftHax, and his Carolina Haxorus, I believe now no longer the Durham Druddigans, which is sad. It would have been nice to play him when he was still the Durham Druddigans. But as a man who's rebranded far more than him, myself, I can't really complain. Anyway, this week, it's really, really exciting because Leo's someone that I've watched since, like many of you, I suspect, very early on when I got into Draft League. One of the first creators that I kind of found out about through, I think, the GBA back then. Started watching very early on, really admired, really looked up to. So it's really, really cool to get to play Leo. I don't know how this game's going to go. You guys, if you've been following the channel, you're probably looking forward to this intro as ever. Well, no, there's been a lot going on in my life, so haven't been very focused on Mons. And then to top it off, when I started genning the team today, I changed one of the sets because I had an idea. I built the team yesterday. We were supposed to battle yesterday. Then last night in bed, or this morning, whenever it was, I had an idea like I should change that set. So I changed that set. Then I started genning the team and I couldn't gen the Crobat. I don't know what it is about Crobat. Sometimes my Crobat gens, other times it doesn't. It doesn't seem to be any correlation. I thought it was a move Roost, but then I genned one with Roost. I thought it was a move Tailwind, but then I'm trying to gen one without Tailwind this week. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Crobat just doesn't work for genning sometimes, and I can't figure out for the life of me why. Regardless, I could have brought a Sleep Talk Crobat. I didn't want to do that. It was a whole thing. What Crobat was meant to do on the team was check Sork and Comfey. Didn't really have a good way of doing that, so I then had to change my Heatran so that it would check Comfey and bring something else to check Sork. But in order to make my Heatran check Comfey, I really wanted to get rid of Stealth Rocks on it. And then to get rid of Stealth Rocks on it, I really needed an Aroka, so I've ended up bringing physically defensive Komodo. I haven't run any Calcs or anything. I've just bought Dragon Tail, Bulldoze, Toxic Stealth Rocks with Citrus Berry and Overcoat. I figured it can kind of switch in on Sork, and it kind of, if it is a special Aegislash, which I don't think it will be, it makes it a little bit nervous back-clicking Shadow Ball, and it can come in on physical Aegislash and Bulldoze it or Dragon Tail it out if it's a setup variant. The logics, you know, it's not great, but I needed a rocker, I needed to check Comfey, I needed to check Sork, I couldn't do everything at once, so I just kind of, we could have done with Crobat here, is the point. We could have done with Crobat, we don't have Crobat. So the team's a bit of a mismatch. It's a bit of a thrown together last minute, and then I had to change my Heatran EVs because I needed to run Iron Head on it for the Comfey. In order to run Iron Head on it, I had to take off speed because I wanted some attack, and then take off speed. It completely changed the idea of the set, and it was a whole thing. So it's a mess. I'm all over the place. I don't know if we can win this, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Having said that, last week we came into this having shaved, right? November had begun. We're now a week into the month. I've slowly regained some facial hair. I mean, I can't see myself right now. You guys can. It's not great. I don't have a moustache, but I have there's hair on my face. So I feel like some power will have been regained from last week. But since I shaved the moustache, I beat Vepsis, who I've never beaten before. I got hired for a new job, which I much prefer to my old job. I played football, and those of you that are European know what I mean by football, none of that American stuff, will know what corners are. I take corners for my team. I scored a goal directly from a corner and got 3 assists, all from corners, all in the same game. That's 4 goals either scored or set up directly from corners in one game with no moustache. I'm starting to think that it's actually been stealing my power this whole time. In order to grow it, I was somehow sapping life force from myself. It's the only logical explanation I can see. It was draining me. So with that in mind, I don't know whether I'm now at sort of 10% power because I've 10% resumed my facial hair, or 90% power, I guess, because 10% has been drained. I don't know. I don't know what I'm at. I don't know what power level we are at today. But hopefully it's enough to get past Leo, because waiting in finals is, I believe, a choice of Shuckle King and Mountay. I think you pronounce it Mountay. I'm pretty sure that's right. And either of those would be really, really exciting, because Shuckle King beat us in the first time we played him in the regular season, and it came down to timer, and I think we might have had him if it wasn't for timer. There was game left to be played, and timer's a skill, so I'll take that one on the chin. And Mountay we've never played, but there's something about him that I like. He just doesn't take himself too seriously, I feel like, in his videos, and I feel like that's kind of me. I see a little bit of like a kinship there that I quite enjoy. So that would be fun too. So I'd really like to make finals to face off against either of them. But, you know, Leo's in the way, and Leo's a very good battler. He actually finished as a top seed in the regular season, so we definitely can't sleep on him. He has a pretty nasty regen core team with Slowking and Tangela that don't really want to deal with, and I'm not sure I have the tools to break, but we'll find out one way or the other. And I didn't really bring enough for Victini, but there we go. And he now says he's ready to receive, so sending. But yeah, so there's a lot going on. Uni, what's happening with uni, you may be wondering. I don't remember what was happening the last time I spoke to you. I think I was still stranded in the middle of nowhere, essentially, with uni. Well, since then, I basically complained to the uni I was going to and said, look, I really don't feel like I should pay fees, because I was expected to pay fees up until the point that I left. And I said to them, I don't really feel like I should do that, because I haven't actually done any studying officially with your supervision this entire academic year up until the point that I depart, because 5 days into the academic year, my supervisor stepped down, and that's fine, that happens. But since then, I've had nothing, and in the 5 days before that, I didn't speak to him. The only message I've received from any academic member of staff since the start of the year was to say, I can't help you. Which made me feel a bit like, we pay £5,000 a year for context for those of you, well, I pay £5,000 a year for context for those of you outside the UK, or just don't know how much PhDs cost. I pay £5,000 a year. I don't feel like £5,000 a year. I'll go 151. Good luck, have fun, and a heart. Yeah, I don't think like that's worth it when I arguably didn't get anything, right? So I sent a complaint email, and I'm not particularly comfortable complaining, but I complained. And they basically said, oh, that's a valid complaint. We'll pass it on to someone who can deal with it. And then the complaints team said, oh, that's a valid complaint. We'll pass it on to someone that can deal with it. And I got passed around the houses, as universities like to do. And then eventually, I got to someone who could deal with it. And they have, as the time of speaking, and touch wood, let's hope that nothing goes wrong with this, they said I don't have to pay any fees. So that was brilliant news, because that was going to cost me an arm and a leg for, as I say, essentially nothing. I was going to be paying for the privilege of being told that I couldn't be helped, which I was pretty cross about. So, yeah, pretty happy with that outcome. And then on top of that, my potential supervisor from the new university, where I think I'm going to have to go now that my old university, I think this had happened last time we spoke, I'm not 100% sure, but my old university did confirm that they couldn't keep me there anymore. Over a month after saying, we'll keep you here, they said, no, we can't keep you here. So my new university have now read through my proposal, read through my research, read through what I've done over the last year, and my potential supervisor there has said, yes, I'm really interested in this, which he always was, but I think that this proposal is now up to snuff where I think it would pass our university checks, and you could come here. So I'm now officially at the point where I can send in my application to the new university, and as soon as they accept that, I should be able to start processing my transfer, with our expected start date being the 1st of December. Oh, the Comfey does come. I fucking hate Comfey. I think it's a piece of shit. I think Comfey is fucking terrible, but it's annoying because it exists. Oh, and he didn't bring the Tangela. Oh, I bet a lot on the Tangela coming, I won't lie to you. I bet a lot on it coming. Oh, no, that's not good. That's not good at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? Oh, Aegislash. The fucking first one there, you prick. Aegislash. Yeah, so it might all be good. By December the 1st, it might all be good. Things are certainly looking brighter for me, and maybe it's the loss of facial hair that's done it all. Oh man, my Garchomp was really designed to abuse the hell out of a Tangela. It's a sub Swords Dance variant designed to sub up on Tangela and not get its sub broken. Maybe it can still do it on a switch out. Maybe it can still do it on the Zapdos. What is his designated Garchomp switching? Mate, if I was Banded Garchomp or Life Orb, which I've been bringing a lot, I don't know what he would do. I think I'm just going to lead off with Rotom. Crocodile would be the hardest thing for me to switch in on, and potential lead for him with it being, a hazard setter. And I don't see a bad lead for Rotom. Rotom matches up pretty well against everything on his team. So I'm going to lead off with Rotom. I didn't really prep for Crook, I'll be honest. Is my Rotom Fizz Def? No. That's a good explanation. Thank you. You're welcome. Good luck, Avantaleo. Very nervous about this one. Very nervous. I'm going to go hard Garchomp. Nah, because Toxic could have come out. So could a lot of things. So could U-turn. You are very spadef, so I could go into you, and maybe I could just let this get toxic and just Volt Switch out for momentum. That would make Choice Crook scarier in the end game. Nah, I think it'll be fine. I'm going to Volt. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, that's why I don't want to go hard guard jump. But I think getting this toxic is not the worst thing in the world. I nearly went hard Heatran predicting the toxic to scout for it, but alright, so that did about, what are we saying, 25, do you reckon? Rotom Wash, Zapdos. I should have had this plugged into Calc already. Let's wake up. I did work my first proper full shift in my new job today, so I won't lie. I'm a little bit tired. Who would have thunk it? That looks like it's at least max HP, which makes me think I outrun you. And if your plan is to toxic me, then I'm going to try and sub in your fucking face, son. In your fucking face. So, yeah. Yeah. If you're, like, Thunderbolt toxic U-turn roost, I want to see what you do. So, I want to see what you do here. So I'm going to go for the sub. We do outspeed. Hopefully I've got this play right and we see a toxic come out. Yep. Hopefully it doesn't have Hurricane. And that was his game plan. Just to toxic me. Always going to Swords Dance here. Let's see. Does he have anything to break my sub? Could see a Crocodile come out. I think Intimidate goes through sub, but I'm not sure. So he does switch. I don't think he has Hurricane. I think this thing is sub fodder every time I get Garchomp in on him. So this thing comes out. This is going to take a lot. It would be really good to fuck this up early. I don't think I'll kill because I'm fat and I'm not very offensive. But I'll do a lot. And I'm here for that. So I'm not going to get greedy and Swords Dance again because I just want to get damage. So I'm just going to Earthquake. Like, I could 1v1 him here by Swords Dancing and then Earthquaking after he breaks my sub. Because I would take one Draining Kick for sure. I'm very spadef. And Comfey's a weak piece of shit. But I just want to get damage right now. So Garchomp, Comfey. Yeah, I was hoping that there was a chance that could kill, but I hadn't calced. So on offensive Comfey, that would have killed. So yeah, that's what I thought. So it looks like he's probably defensive Comfey. I mean, even max HP, that would have killed. So he's likely pretty fizz def, which means he likely hasn't got much special attack investment. His Draining Kiss is going to do 25%. I mean, I could go Heatran. I think I just take my KO because I can always... and he's going to take Rough Skin as well, don't forget. Not that that really matters, but it just means he's definitely going to be in range even with a little bit of recovery. He would be in range anyway. Who am I kidding? You don't recover that much. Even if you're fucking like Big Root, you don't recover that much. And I'm going to get my leftovers back. And I'm going to Earthquake him. And that's going to be first blood to us. And I just think I want to take that. I think I just want to take that. Maximize my damage as early as possible. And that could be his Defogger if Zapdos isn't running it. So that could mean that all my hazards, if I get them up, are up. So here at +2, I think we'll probably see the Slowking. Or if we see anything else, it's likely to be Scarfed. So it's very likely this is Scarf. Intimidate does pop. But that doesn't mean that it isn't Scarf. That doesn't mean that it isn't Scarf. I want to preserve this for sure. Earthquake, knockoff. Bosh. I am worried about potential Flame Charge Victini. Flame Charge with like Focus Blast, Dazzling Gleam, Scorching Sands. No. Yeah, I don't think there's too many sets that would be too much of an issue. So I'm going to double here because... or do I just Hydro Pump? What would your switch in be? I guess I don't. I guess I just Hydro Pump. Because if you want to knock off, that's fine. Yeah, I guess I just Hydro Pump. Like, I kind of wanted to double in case he knocked off into, like, the Tyranitar. But I'm not confident enough of what he would switch into here to do that. as he goes into this. So I did think about Volt in there, but that does make me think, well, it doesn't necessarily mean he's Scarf. He could have just wanted to preserve the Crook. This puts him in a tricky situation, because if he T-bolts and I go Garchomp, he's in a pretty bad spot. I'm just going to Volt Switch. Yeah, I'm just going to Volt Switch. I do need to be careful of Scarf Earthquake in the endgame, but I do have a Fizz Death. Fizz Death Maractus in the back. So I'm going to Volt Switch out here. Now, obviously I could go Garchomp and substitute again. We've already seen that that potentially brings out the Crocodile. I could go into Heatran. I could go into Tyranitar. I could go into you and get a Spike Up. No, I'm gonna go into Garchomp. I get my leftovers back. And I'm gonna sub. You might think why, like he's probably just gonna go straight into the Crook, but I don't want to let him toxic me, so I'm not even gonna risk it. So Satoru comes out, and now we'll be able to confirm if it's Scarf, which is also, I think, really, really valuable for how I play this endgame. Because of the Intimidate, I'm not 100% convinced he is Scarf. But it could just be an intelligent bluff, and the way he's played it, it's looked like Scarf, but then would you always leave it on a Rotom to knock off anyway? Not necessarily. So this just gives me a little bit more intel. It lets me Earthquake him. Yes, I'm at -1, but the Earthquake's still valuable. If he locks into knockoff, Earthquake, whatever, I can potentially get a pivot if he's shown to be Scarf. And we do force those mind games around, you know. Say he locks into Earthquake, does he double into the Zapdos, predicting me to go into the Rotom, whatever, what have you. So Crobat would have been quite nice for this thing as well. So he is Scarf, so that's really good knowledge. Really good knowledge. And we get a little bit of chip off on him here. Now we are guaranteed to outspeed a Scarf one of these, so at +1, sorry, once we've got our Scale Shot going. I'm pretty sure I crept this thing at Jolly, so he's locked into knockoff. I think Barney losing his AV is better than Keratin losing his Citrus, looking at this matchup. Yeah. You can still eat a hit from Victini pretty well, though. Aegislash. Nah, I think Keratin for the Aegislash is still pretty valuable. Because of how much chip Garchomp's taken, I'm a little bit worried about a Swords Dance Aegislash Shadow sneaking through my team. So, we're going to Barney. We'll lose our AV. But the nice thing is he has a really tough time switching in on this, because this you would think would be the dedicated switch in to Tyranitar. So, Crunch is unresisted outside of this thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is Zapdos going to come here? Should I Stone Edge predicting the Zapdos? I think I just Stone Edge, because Zapdos is the only thing that... I don't think you go Aegislash. I think you would rather sack the Zapdos, but then that's kind of my Garchomp setup fodder, so maybe this isn't the best way to take him down. Oh, wow, man, I should have crunched. I got that wrong. I was like, I don't think you risk your Aegislash. That's looking like your win con right now. But I was wrong. Okay, that's fine. So he's left his Aegislash. Doesn't mean that he isn't necessarily Swords Dance still as well. Could definitely still be that. I'm going to go into Keratin and try and get my Stealth Rocks up. That's the other thing, is if he goes Aegislash, I can get my Rocks up potentially, and that's nice. If he Swords Dances, I can Dragon Tail him out. If he is like toxic or something, I can sub, I can bulldoze. We can figure that out. It's not the end of the world. We can avoid King's Shield with bulldoze as well. We know he's not weakness policy, so I think we'll see a close combat almost certainly here. Yeah, and we should chew this up pretty nicely with his death. So yeah, we do. I'm just going to go for rocks here. I think Hazard Chip in this situation is really, really nice. Much as I am tempted to Toxic, trying to catch the Zapdos or something like that. I just want to get my rocks up, I think. I'm a little bit worried about Victini. If it's Boots Victini, it's a little bit scary. Yeah, I thought this thing could come out here. But that's okay. We could see a teleport. We could see a teleport. You would bring in the Victini. That would not be great. So I'm going to go into Tyranitar because I don't think what we see is a Scald. And I think this covers teleport. Yeah, I think this covers teleport and like Ice Beam or Psychic. Yeah, teleport. So he's not AV on Slowking. That's good info. It's really good info. I just feel like we've lost a little bit of momentum in this game now. The momentum slightly shifted his way. But we have got rocks up. And we have taken a Pokemon. And we traded that for quite a bit of health. A poison on our Garchomp, a poisoned Rotom. And a knocked off Tyranitar, which I'm not entirely sure still was the right choice. Unfortunately, I don't have Protect on this Tyranitar. Otherwise, that would be really nice. So I think Sand goes down this turn. If he knocks off, that would be a pretty impressive play. I'm just going to go into Pulp, though. Pulp isn't needed for much else on his team other than this. And it gives me a chance to potentially knock off if I want, or Spike. I've got to figure out which one I want. As he goes for his own rocks. Okay, so he Scarf Rocks. That's cool. Doesn't affect my team too badly. It's not great, but let's see, Zapdos or Aegislash. Oh, I was supposed to have knockoff over Toxic. I forgot to fucking retrade it. That's fine. I'm gonna definitely Spike in that case. It was supposed to be knockoff over Toxic. Once I changed to have the Komodo, I changed my Maractus set on my team builder, but I didn't regen it because I'd already genned. So that's an oversight on my part. Would have been really nice to be able to knock this off here, but we get the Spike up instead. If he's Defog, we force it out here. If he isn't, then things are really getting whittled down. It would be nice to know if the Slowking has Boots, first chance we get. I'm now going to go into my Spadef Heatran. Maybe I shouldn't because I need to keep something for Victini. Maybe I shouldn't. But it might be a way of me doubling into my Garchomp. Yeah. He does go for the Toxic. As to be expected. I'm actually just gonna... I'm just gonna fire off a Toxic of my own. Because if he wants to stay in and Thunderbolt me with this, getting this thing Toxic would be really nice. But I think it's more likely we see a Slowking, which is why I don't want to just double straight into... Yeah. Which is why I don't want to just double straight into the Garchomp there. So we get this thing poisoned, and I think that reveals Boots. Because I don't think this has taken any... Nice. So this hasn't taken any damage. So, unfortunately, I don't have a way of getting knocked off. I mean, Maractus would have been my only way, and that, he's never letting Maractus knock him off. But he is now poisoned. And that's pretty good. That's no bad thing. So, I'm just going to Protect here. If he teleports out, then I don't lose too much. And if he decides to Scold or reveal another move, then I don't lose too much. Okay, so he just opts to Scold here, so I could have gone Maractus. Expecting him to want to teleport this turn. What could I go into? Barney, get my Sand back up. I don't want to go Maractus because I don't want to just let the Victini in. I'd rather let the Crook in. Like, I could have stayed into Magma there, but I didn't think it was worth it, just burning a Magma Storm for no reason there. I don't think it would have netted much chip off on the Slowking. So the Slowking's toxic, but breaking through the Slowking is going to be a priority now. I do have enough hazards up where hopefully we can do that. I'm going to use this pivot again. Excuse me. He could Shadow Claw, he could Iron Head. I think Iron Head is perfectly reasonable into a Tyranitar in this situation. I've already shown that I'm not really willing to sack it, and there's a chance Iron Head just kills. But I'm not going to go into Heatran or anything like that, predicting the Iron Head. That would be dumb. Garchomp is the MVP right now. I need to bear that in mind. I could do with another spike up, maybe another spike. Maybe I'm greedy, but I feel like another spike could really set things off, because the Aegislash and the Crook would really be getting worn down then. I think the Victini's likely boots, as he just goes for the King's Shield. So here, I'm just going to Dragon Tail. If he wants to go into something else, I'll be able to get a bit of rotation going. And if he wants to attack with me here, I will at least attack him in Blade form. I'll get my Citrus Berry. And wow, he did bring the Shadow Ball. I was like, I'm going to run an Overcoat because he never brings Shadow Ball. That's wild to me. Okay, it's cool though. That's cool though. So Force Assisting out. So he's Shadow Ball, close combat. I'm shocked. I didn't think it would be that. I thought it would be fully physical. Drag this thing out. And I'm going to go into Tyranitar here. Like, I'm tempted just to Toxic, but I think if I go into Tyranitar, we could see a Roost from him this turn. And then we might be able to get something popping with Tyranitar a little bit, because he does have a really tough time switching in on Tyranitar right now. Yeah. Like, what does he switch in here? This is really tough for him. Like, I think the Crocodile is the most likely, and I'm going to Dragon Tail, because then the Crocodile takes a fuckload of Hazard Chip and gets sent out, right? I could just Stone Edge knowing that Crocodile's taking all that Hazard Chip, but I really like the Dragon Tail play. I feel like maybe I should have gone for this earlier when the Aegislash came in. Hopefully this is the Crook, because this is the main thing. Yeah, this is the main thing blocking Garchomp right now. Maybe a Victini if somehow it's faster than me, because I didn't creep Victini, but yeah, he's taking so much chip on that now. I don't know if it'll even live the next round of... It should live the next round of Hazards, actually, because it's -1 Dragon Tail. Crit. It won't live the next round of Hazards now. The crit... I don't know. Like I say, I don't know if it would have lived the next round of Hazards anyway, but that thing's now dead. This thing gets dragged out. So it is boots. Confirmed boots. Confirmed boots. I would expect to want to see like a... probably a fighting move come out here. So I'm just going to stay in and crunch, I think. Or do I sack the Komodo? No, if he's Flame Charge, Psychic, that could be a real problem. So I'm just going to crunch. I don't want to let any Flame Charge shenanigans go on. So I'm going to crunch. We do lose a really good Wall Breaker in Tyranitar, but... oh, sorry, man. Sorry. That is, of course, boosted by Victory Star, so it's not a regular old... Wow, that did fucking nothing, by the way. Hello, 0 damage. What? Tyranitar, are you feeling okay? This is not the Tyranitar I know and love. Sorry, man. That's hacks. There's no two ways around that. Why did Crunch do so little? What? That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. That damage makes no sense to me, but it makes me believe that he's very, very fat. So I'm going to go into this because I'm pretty confident I'll outspeed him now. And I'm just going to click Earthquake because I don't really know what he switches in on an Earthquake. I guess a Slowking. I guess Slowking. I guess Slowking is now the Garchomp wall. Yeah. No, he just sacks this, maybe hoping he'd outspeed me. I think he had to go Slowking there. Unless the Slowking's like really Spadef. Then he maybe wouldn't have taken it anyway. Okay, so Slowking. I guess it probably is Spadef for the Heatran. I need to have a look at my Garchomp versus Slowking now. So Earthquake at +2 to max HP Slowking. It's not going to straight up kill, but it might after a turn of Poison. So I might have to sub-Poison stall down the Slowking. Once I'm in a position where I'm set up on Garchomp. Sorry, that's my alarm going off to tell me it's 11 PM. I tend to lose track of time. I think time blindness, they call it. A lot of people with ADHD cannot keep track of time, and I am most certainly one of them. So I have an alarm for 11 PM just so that I don't find that it's 3 AM, and I had no idea it wasn't 9 PM. Because that really can happen. Believe me. So I'm going to go into Pulp. I don't think you can afford to teleport here. Yeah, so he Scolds. We get the Water Absorb. Expecting the Aegislash to want to come out here. He either goes Aegislash, Zapdos, or he doubles. Or I guess he Ice Beams. But if he Ice Beams, that's covered here too. Every play I think is feasible here is covered by the Heatran double. Because I don't think Scold's is ever his play. He could sack, of course, the Crocodile. I think I've taken something off his list. I've taken Slowking off his team when that's not dead. But yeah, okay, so he does teleport out. Maybe the Giga Drain there would have netted me the most in terms of I would have got some damage off on the fucking Slowking. But I really didn't want the Aegislash coming hard in on me. So yeah, I don't necessarily regret that decision. If he Toxics here into my Garchomp switch, that would be a fire play. I don't think I'm going to allow him to do that, so I'm just going to Toxic now. Yeah, I think this is fine. As he makes the double. Straight back into this, that's fine. Yeah, I guess because of boots, I'm not really making any headway, as long as he's kind of doubling with these. But I'm also not really losing too much. If only I had Taunt. I don't have Taunt though. I have Iron Head for the fucking Comfey, because Comfey's a piece of shit. So I'm going to go into Bosch here, because I think we see a Scold come out. Or a Teleport. And Bosch really, you know, covers pretty much everything. If he goes Aegislash on the Teleport, then at least we net some chip damage on stuff. But I think it's more likely that we see a... Oh wow, he does just go for the Teleport. I was pretty sure we'd see a Scold on my Protect. But I guess he was just happy, like, hey, if I have to PP stall you, I have to PP stall you, right? Out comes this thing again. I'm just going to Volt Switch here, because then I get my Garchomp in. And I get to potentially just win the game, so... Yeah, I'm going to Volt Switch and just go from there. I can still Pain Split later on the Slowking. So Thunderbolt, I think we'll live this. We're a Rotom. Yeah. So Garchomp. Garchomp. Aegislash. I know he's a mixed Aegislash. With King's Shield, Shadow Ball, close combat. I think his Shadow Sneak shouldn't do too much to me at all, so I am going to sub here. I thought about not subbing on the grounds of, like, maybe I should just Sword Stance in this thing's face before he goes to Slowking and I preserve my HP that way. But he actually does have the Hurricane. Wow. Wow! Did not think he had the Hurricane. Damn, this thing had Hurricane the whole goddamn time. He obviously just didn't want to risk the miss, and I can fully appreciate that. Did I not get this thing poisoned? No, I didn't, did I? Hurricane to a 93%. Shit. I didn't think he had the Hurricane. Not 93 HP. Uninvested Hurricane. Guaranteed 2-hit KO after leftovers. Could leave me with about... Alright, I'm just going to Swords Dance. I should take the Hurricane. And I need the Swords Dance. That was a little bit hairy. So if he's got Shadow Sneak, he can potentially pick me off with Shadow Sneak here. Which would be really bad for breaking the Slowking. This won't get the Intimidate off because it just dies to... Oh, he goes hard into this. Wow. Okay. So that pretty much confirms this thing has Shadow Sneak. Good play. Did I fuck this? It didn't look like my Scale Shot necessarily killed his Zapdos from the range of health he was at, so I didn't just go straight for the Scale Shot. And Scale Shot's such an unreliable move. Do I still switch in on hazards? 29. Yeah, I do. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to play the long game here. We're still switching on hazards. He's taking a load more chip on the Aegislash from hazards himself, although he's going to get some back from the leftovers, and we'll see if he's got the Shadow Sneak or not here. So he does have the Shadow Sneak. Okay, didn't expect that. Caught off guard by a couple of things here. I'm just going to Bulldoze. He might just want to stay into Shadow Ball. I really wish I'd Bulldozed on him earlier when he Shadow Balled. Yeah, I'm just going to Bulldoze. And if he goes hard Zapdos... Okay, so he goes for the stance change. Where he goes for the King of Shield, getting the stance change. Do I want a Toxic predicting the... Or do I think he's just going to stay in with this? I don't think you're just going to stay in with this, are you? This could backfire if I get this wrong, but if I Toxic the Zapdos, that's really nice. If I Dragon Tail the Zapdos, that's really nice. I'm going to Toxic. Ugh! I'm going to try and catch that Zapdos coming in on the Bulldoze. Yeah. But I don't think I lose too much here. This is bad. So, I'm going to keep this as fodder. I really need to keep Rotom for the Slowking. He either King's Shields or he Shadow Sneaks, so I'm going to go into the Heatran. Yeah, King's Shields. And then I'm going to double Maractus on the Slowking switch and try and get a Spike up. If he King's Shields again, I can just sack the Komodo. Yeah, he does. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I could... No, I don't want to sack this. The Slowking could be walled by this. All we've seen is Scold and Teleport. So it could be walled by the Maractus. I have no idea. Either way, you're now getting sacked. This endgame's got really messy. I feel like I should have just scale shot into the Zapdos instead of Swords Dancing. At that point, I think I was doing okay. It just didn't look like it killed. And I thought I would take the Hurricane a lot better than I did. It looked like I might take a Hurricane into a Shadow Sneak, and then the Hurricane did more than I was expecting. Him having the Hurricane really caught me off guard after the first few turns. I was convinced he didn't have it. Okay, so we have to go into the Heatran here. This has got so bad. This has got really messy. Really, really fucking messy really quickly. Can't believe he was Shadow Ball in this either. Okay. This has got really messy. I got some luck though. Obviously I dodged the Focus Blast and a bunch of other bullshit, so... just gonna Magma Storm here. I should be looking at the time because this thing could come down to time. The way it's playing out. Does he predict me to double here? I don't think so. I think he's got too many pieces to bother predicting me to double here. So I'm gonna go into the Rotom on the Slowking play. No, I'm not. I'm going to go into Pulp because if he sacks the Crocodile, Rotom would just be taking rocks and poison for no good reason. And it would potentially let in the Zapdos, which would be a bit more of a problem for me. So I know he's Thunderbolt, Toxic, Roost, Hurricane on the Zapdos. I did not think the last move was going to be a Hurricane. So does he sack the Crook or does he go into... He does go into this. So the Rotom would have been better because I could have Pain Split and Rotom was really, really valuable in this end game. But this is still fine. Now, last time he teleported with this, so there's a part of me that wants to be greedy and Giga Drain. But he still has the Aegislash to come in here. And it's still really healthy. So I'm just going to Spike. I need to make my decisions a little bit quicker because we are, you know, time's becoming of the essence. I can't believe you're teleporting, man. Go hard, Agi. What are you teleporting for? What are you trying to give me all the damage on your thing? I guess, like, it's a Miraculous. He's probably like, mate, you're going to do 20% if you're lucky. Like, I'm going to regen all of that off. Boots. Boots are the bane of my goddamn life. Heavy duty boots. Who invented that fucking item? I'm in a bind. I'm in a real bind here. I'm in a real bind here. Do I need this? I wish I had knockoff on this thing. If I had fucking knockoff on this thing, I could knock off this thing's leftovers. It would have been so much better. Do I need this or can I afford to just Spike here? I think I can afford to just Spike. I don't think I particularly need this. We do outrun him. We do get a Spike up. He'll stance change here. Goes for the close combat, trying to catch the Heatran. It's going to do nothing to me. Going to drop his defense at Spadef. I'm going to Synthesis here. I know he's getting leftovers, but I'm not really, like, I don't really need him in range of anything. Yeah, exactly. And I need to force him into a Shadow Ball. And I've kept this thing healthy for the Slowking. And I got my third Spike up, and I've dropped his defenses. This is a pain. I'm just going to Giga Drain once. I'm going to Giga Drain once, see how much it does. That's actually not even bad damage, honestly. That's not even bad damage. And if he close combats again, it's going to do even more damage. And I feel like we might be baiting him into just close combating repeatedly. As he goes for the Shadow Ball here. I'm going to Gauge Drain again, see if I can catch him in Blade form, trying to catch me on the Synthesis, because I think this will do decent damage, honestly. From how much it did in Shield form there. And I'm definitely lower on timer. I might end up timering myself out at this rate. Fucking Slowking! Fuck, I can't believe he was rocks on his Crocodile. That was so nice. Those rocks have made such a difference for him for whittling down my Garchomp. Okay, so we do catch him as I thought in Blade form. Hey, that does clean damage. That does clean damage. Sleep on Maractus at your peril. That does clean damage. As he goes for another Shadow Ball. Maractus goes down. I don't think he's quite going to die to entry hazards when he comes back in, which is so sad. But Heatran comes out. Maybe I could have gone Rotom and Thunderbolted there, but it just gave him a chance to King's Shield and piss me off. But maybe that was a better play. I'm just going to Magma Storm here. We force him out at the bare minimum. We don't get any damage off on this thing here, though. So I'm just going to Magma Storm again. Actually, I'm just going to Protect. And then I'm going to Magma Storm once, because I think he's going to Teleport here. And the beauty of Spadef Protect Leftovers Heatran is that, like, I'm not going to take that much from him. So I'm just going to Magma Storm again. Fucking heavy duty boots! Ban them! Ban boots! Ah, all my propaganda has failed. Yeah, he teleports out. As to be expected. Now, he doesn't really have a great switch in here. Yeah, this is his great switching, which is not really a great switching. Because I can Toxic this thing finally put this thing on a timer. And like I say, I'm a Spadef Heatran, so like Thunderbolt won't do too much. And we can start to... Oh, fuck, you can just double back into this shit. Yeah, I forgot about that. Well... Fucking Slowking being a fat bitch. Get out of my way, Slowking! Get out of my way! I'm gonna Protect. On his Scold. And then I'm gonna Iron Head here. Not gonna waste my PP. Potentially Flinch him. Flinch him! Flinch him! Flinch him! Scolds again, it's fine. Shouldn't do too much, doesn't do too much. Aha, aha, we're getting somewhere. We have damage on this thing. I'm gonna head the shit out of him again. Maybe I should have Toxic on the Zapdos, but I think he's staying in. Yeah. Flinch him! Flinch him! Flinch the shit out of him. Okay, slack off. But this Toxic's going to be doing quite a lot now. And I'm just recovering all of my health back. So I'm going to Magma Storm this turn. If he tries going hard into the Zapdos. I want to catch it. I want to catch it. Man, I think he should have missed. Has he already sacked the Crocodile? No, he hasn't already sacked the Crocodile, right? Like, sack the Crocodile at some point. I think he has to. So now we can't double with this thing. We actually have it fucking trapped with us for once. Christ. I'm going to Toxic first rather than Protect, because I feel like the Protect is fairly telegraphed. So I'm going to Toxic. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I was going to say, I think he roosts this turn. Oh, so we finally get this shit on a timer. Thank the fucking Lord. So we pick the right turn to Magma. This thing starts getting whittled down every time it comes in. Oh, Christ. There we go. And then I want to protect here as quickly as possible because time is so low. And I just can't quite catch him on the timer. I just can't quite catch him. As he roosts this turn. Makes sense. You would expect the to protect that turn. And I'm going to... I can't remember if we've seen if he's pressure, and I do not have time to check. I don't feel like we have. So I'm going to Magma again here. This might be bad because this might be my only way of killing the fucking Aegislash, but I'm going to save all the rest of my Magma PP now. I won't be clicking Magma again this game, I don't think. But I just want to keep the pressure on him a little bit. No pun intended. And then I'm going to go into the Garchomp here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go into Garchomp here, I think. I don't see why not now. If we can catch him on a T-Bolt turn or a Roost turn, we could be sitting really pretty. Yeah, catch him on a Roost turn. I thought we would. Now, I don't know if Aegislash can switch in on rocks and take the Scale Shot, so I'm just going to go for the Scale Shot. And if it can take it, then... Well, fuck me, it can take it, but... yeah. Because we got 3 layers of spikes up, we got rocks up. Like, I want an Earthquake predicting the Aegislash, but like he also just has the fucking like Crocodile to sack. Like sack the goddamn Crocodile. I don't know if we can win this still. So this should be the Crocodile sack. No. Man. I wish I'd Earthquaked. Wow, I'm shocked by that. Hopefully this kills. 1, 2, 3. That's fair. He would die to Rough Skin though, so I'm just going to Earthquake. I'm pretty sure that's dead to Rough Skin, and if it isn't, it's dead to Hazards after Rough Skin, so I'm just going to Earthquake. I'm pretty sure that's dead to Rough Skin, right? Oh, maybe not. Still just going to Earthquake. He will outspeed my Heatran, so... actually, I think I lose to Zapdos now. Shit. I think I had to keep this. I think that's a choke. Yeah, that's a choke. Shit, what was I thinking? That's a choke. No, you fool. You got greedy. You were rushing. It does kill. But maybe Heatran can stall it out. I have to go Oggy. This is bad. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I had to go Bosch, actually. Yeah, I think I did have to go into the Rotom. Protect here. He still... Has he forgotten he has the Crook? I don't get it. I don't get why he hasn't sacked the Crook. I'm going to do something incredibly stupid here in Iron Head. Because I think he's teleporting on Rotom. And I should have Earthquaked before and I didn't. Flinch him! Ah, he scolded. Okay. I think we're going to Iron Head again. Don't scold, please. Please teleport or slack off. Yeah, I thought you'd slack off. I want to get Rotom in, but not on a turn he goes into Zapdos. That's the problem. Not on a turn he teleports. Iron Head again. This is so risky. This is so risky. Can we get a flinch? Can we score a flinch on one of these? Come on. Come on. Yes! There we go on the flinch. See, I think at this point he's just never scolding. Like, I think there's never a situation where he scolds it. He's always either teleporting or he's slacking off. So I just gotta spam this. Yeah, he teleports out. And then do I double on the Zapdos, expecting the Slowking to come back in? If he sacks the Crook at that point, that's such a good play. I think I can afford to Magma Storm once. I think I can afford to do it once. Because what I don't want him to do is I don't want him to double into the Crook here, so that then he can bring, you know, see whether I double into, whether I switch out into the... Yeah, exactly. But does he go Slowking? Bro, you got the Crook! Have you forgotten the Crook? Like, if I go into Rotom there, that's so bad for you. Like, you have a whole ass Crocodile. I don't get it. 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 You have a whole Crocodile. I'm going to play to my outs, try and get a flinch. I don't think you have a scold here, so there's no point in me going Rotom. I play to my outs. I play to my outs. That's all I can do. That's all you can ever do. Whew! That's all you can ever do, boys. Is play to your outs. We got some hacks this game. I will not lie. We got some hacks this game. The one thing I will say, some of it completely unjustified. The Focus Blast miss, completely unjustified. I'm not going to try and tiptoe around that. We definitely, early game, we hacked Leo out, and I do apologize, Leo. The one thing I will say is, on that hacks, you bring some fat shit and you sit there for 100 turns while the other person attacks you. Eventually, you're going to get flinched or crit. That's Mons. We all know that, and I'm sure he's probably aware of that. But, like, yeah. So for that one, I'm not that sorry. The earlier ones, I am that sorry. That's not like a slight at him. That's why there's a lot of Mons like Slowking and shit. You just don't see me draft. Like, look at my team. There's not really fat shit on it because I hate just sitting there just waiting to get crit and shit. I hate it. So. I sympathize because we definitely hacked him out early game on the Victini and stuff. I have absolutely no qualms if he's, you know, if he complains about that or whatever. But later in the game, I think those flinches probably about were coming, and we have missed a bunch of Magmas this game as well, like a bunch of Magma Storms this game. Crook is dead to entry hazard, so I don't need to preserve my PP at all. I guess I could have protected to avoid a crit, but it's pretty clear this game's over, and we're both just trying to make it that way. So, any turn he roosts, if he decides to roost, then I'll start protect stalling him. But I don't. It doesn't seem like he's gonna do that, does it? I think he knows that this is over. Oh yeah, GG to Leo. That was I had to fucking fight for that one. Jesus. Like I said, we got some early game hacks. I shouldn't be putting my arms up in a grey shirt because I'm sweating. You can't tell. I don't think you can tell. I think I got away with it. I had one of these videos where it was really intense and I was really sweating and I was wearing a grey top. I put my arms up, I watched the recording back and I was like, Matthew, you look disgusting, man. And everyone knows in a grey shirt when you're sweating your way through a semi-final, you don't put your arms up in the air, you fool. But now I'm moustacheless. I do no longer sweat. I do no longer sweat. All the words that came out of my mouth were there and meant to be there. Do not question me. For I am in the final of COG. I am one of the 2 finalists in the Champions of Galar. Somehow, some way, we have haxed our way to final by dodging a blaze kick from Vepsis, dodging a focus blast from Leo. We're going all the way to finals, boys, and our cactus is living a charmed life. You don't see it anywhere else, just on the Dr. Slacking channel. You don't see anything good here, you just see me haxing people, but, you know, maybe you like that. I like it. It brings me great joy to watch other people suffer. And on that note, huge GG to Leo. I do apologise about the hacks. Don't forget to check out his side of this battle down in the description. His channel will be linked. Those words weren't in the proper order. Thank you so much for leaving around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.